I'm being told this is Limo Emo from The Ritual, who helps save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
And his partner, Doug, is the gentleman under the security guard.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
The problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These pods dissolve completely and outdone, breaking down up to 100% of stuck-on foods. Cascade Platinum Plus.
Hey everybody, welcome to Camping with Steve. Doing some ordinary, regular, wholesome, refreshing camping tonight. And cars in the shop, they set me up with a really cool looking loaner. Get my kindling over to the fire. Oh. Got a high quality tent, and I'm gonna set this up right here. A lot of people think pegging is important when you're pitching a tent, but usually I just throw a heavy load in the bottom in case it starts blowing. I've always been satisfied. Oops, wrong hole. I hate air mattresses, but this one's cool. Use a power pack and it's got a built-in pump. See how efficient that is and how smoothly it goes. It just keeps rhythmically pulsing as the mattress comes to its full size. Convenient for filling this up? Absolutely. For now. It will lose pressure in the night, as always. But yeah, I was expecting it to be about 6 inches. This is 12 inches deep, which is a little bit much for this tent to accept. But I squeezed it in. Wrong way. You don't want to confuse the front and the rear. This is set up and comfortable. There is another peg that goes through here. Which is good because it's a little low, and if you're trying to get out in the middle of the night, it's always really painful getting your head caught in your fly. All you really need for camping is something to stay dry and a filthy blanket. This is camping, not the Catalina wine mixer.
I washed the blanket.
This is obviously too close to the campfire, but nice thing is, when you're not pegging, you can easily rearrange it so that you're more comfortable. Like so. Step 1's accomplished. And step 2, of course, is a delicious beverage. Usually that's beer. But I've been having a histamine problem, and beer is a culprit. So, drinking these Happy Dad seltzer things. They come in a bunch of different flavors. There's like fruit punch, there's grape, but today, I'm gonna pop a cherry. Cheers, everybody. 100 calories. This is an awesome campsite. Lindsay and I are camped here, and it's not a real campground. There's this app where ordinary people can just have extra property and make their own campsites and put them online, kind of like an Airbnb. And I like this concept. I like this setup. I'd like to do it myself, actually. But look, this is beautiful. We're just about in the prime time for leaves. All these beautiful glacial paddocks there covered in moss and ferns. Absolutely, absolutely stunning place here. Looks like a bird was not too happy there, but we didn't bring garbage, so it's not our fault. Oh, those crows. Lindsay's domesticated the tent. Just about dusk, and it's time to start building the fire. Beautiful firing. It's a little bit uneven, so just get some rocks off here first before I light it. that should hold real pretty nicely on this side. It's great. I'm gonna do a Lincoln log style fire starting technique. You can never have too much kindling. So the Lincoln log method, you stack your kindling like this or smaller branches, and there's a lot of airspace between them. So the filling in the middle is going to be some garbage from the car and some newspaper, flyer here. And then for a fuse, I'll stick in some cotton from my antacid pill bottle into there. And it should be like the 4th of July in no time here. Okay, time to light my fire. Oh, that kind of goes up quick. Let's see. Oh. House is burning down here. Get my normal sized logs ready to throw onto this inferno. Dr. Wood is here with the lumber. Let's see. Can I possibly... I do need to mention, there is no fire ban where I'm camping right now. We're not in Nova Scotia, if people think that we're there right now. We're traveling around a little bit, and there is definitely no fire ban where we are right now. So I was planning on filming a stealth video, and actually I got halfway through it, and they were playing a lot of loud copyrighted music in the business beside where I was camping. So lovely Lindsay and I decided to go out on our own little camping trip. She is here. She doesn't want to be an active character in the show, but she has no problem if she appears in the video, and I'm not going to hide the fact that she's here with me because I enjoy her company and we're having a great time. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm not trying to make this a lame camping channel where we do normal, regular, everyday camping. It's just this is what's available for this week, and we've got some pretty good plans coming up. Getting ready to cook some dinner here. It's got to be a Pavlovian response where I smell that campfire and all I want is hot dogs. But anything's going to be better than what we've been eating along the way. Restaurant food is really nice to have when you're on the road at first. Restaurants are either really nice, and I mean way too nice, when they start using words like hostess and reservation. I know I'm in the wrong place. So I go and find myself a normal restaurant with a nice big empty parking lot, huge menu, gigantic, bunch of decorations on the wall, loads of condiments on the tables. Smells like bleach when you walk in, so you know it's clean. And that's what I look for when I go to a restaurant. And we found a few of those, but there's so many fancy ones out on the road these days. You know, they're using words like curate, locally sourced. I don't know what's going on these days, but we're gonna have a good old-fashioned meal tonight, right by the campfire. Making a classic thing I call cheesy beef steakwidges. Throw a little oil down, some onions, fried onions, shaved ribeye. I like provolone or Cooper Sharp on there, on a soft roll, maybe a little cheese whiz. Just the thing we do. Simple seasoning, garlic, onion, black pepper, and sea salt.
New Gain Tango Scent Boosters. With two irresistible scents coming together, you can't help but dance. Oh, wow. That's fresh. New Gain Tango Scent Boosters. More scent, more joy.
Zero harsh ingredients, zero cleaning compromise. That's the Huggies Skin Essentials Wipe.
These cases are hard. It's okay if you don't want to fight, because
Provolone on there too. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Now that's a good steak, which just might cook another. Lindsay put a little cheese whiz on hers. How was your cheesy beefy steak, which?
It was so good. I don't think I've ever had a sandwich that good in my life.
So I'm chilling by the fire. Lindsay is already in the tent for the night. It's a beautiful evening. Nighttime is nature's air conditioning, which is a great thing because I like to sleep in the nice, cool air. Actually, I like my bedroom in the wintertime slightly below freezing. I just keep the window open and nature does its magic. Just getting everything cleaned up here so I don't attract any wildlife. And I bought Storm-Made buns. Now, I love fresh buns. And these were fairly fresh. And I would love to bake my own, but on a camping trip, you know, how are you supposed to put a bun in the oven? It's a dark one tonight. They say it's always darkest before the dawn, but if you light your own campfire and keep it going, it never really gets that dark. When I'm camping in a tent, I usually like to tarp it up real good before I slide in for the night, because I don't want to wake up from a dream all wet. But there is a high pressure system moving in, which means it might be a little nippy, but maybe a sprinkle or two. But I'm not expecting many inches tonight. Fire's pretty much out there, and I'm gonna crawl into bed. Everything's looking nice and cozy in there, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Morning, everybody. Not a bad sleep. A great sleep, actually. Lindsay's up and at it early this morning because she went to bed before me. We burned all the firewood last night, so she grabbed some morning wood so we can have our breakfast. I'm just going to get myself up here, get ready, and begin the beautiful day.
She got some morning wood.
Lindsay's manufacturing breakfast, so I'm going to put the filthy blankets back in the car. Take this down so we can make a good escape out of here in a timely manner. In the current state of technologies, these power packs are being used for a lot of things. And there has been a lot of technology I've seen in air mattresses over the years, ranging from built-in pumps that you pump with your foot, ones that you got to plug in right into a car's cigarette lighter part. And this one, it seems to be just a knob that you turn. You can plug in a power pack, and I don't know if it uses the fan to suction out the air or just my weight, but they got to work on the technology of keeping the air inside the mattress. That's what you start with, and then you work on the fancy pumps and stuff. But let me get this out of here and take down this tonight. It should go quick. On this one, yeah, plugging it in does make the difference. Air goes in, air goes out. We're living in the future. I hate to admit it, but that suctioned out the air pretty good. Looks like it's even got one of these manual fill holes for when the pump breaks. Well done, Intex. Well done. Because nobody can ever possibly remember how the tent was folded, my little trick is to get it the same thickness as the bag and roll it that way. So usually I fold in two sides, then I fold it over in half, roll it up, and pray it's going to fit in the bag. Back in the bag. With the poles and the fly, everything, just like that. Good stuff. You find engineers in the trail have figured out a tent that fits back in the bag. Lindsay made a fine breakfast plate. Forgot forks, so crispy bacon works. Of course I forgot forks, right? It's not like I go camping once in a while. I guess the thing was, I didn't anticipate having breakfast because that's a little unusual. But when you don't have to get out of a campsite right at dawn and sneak out worrying about security guards and getting caught and stuff, it makes it a thoroughly relaxing experience. Thank you guys for indulging me on a normal, regular, basic camp. I had a good time. Lindsay had a good time. Just getting the car ready, but that's what she said. And make sure that fire's good out. And I'll just walk around really quick. I want to be sure that we're leaving this place better than when we found it. Because, yeah, this is just somebody's property. There aren't any like real staff or employees. They just have one site here. So there's no staff on hand. And, you know, you don't want to leave it on the staff anyways. Their job's tough enough. Some campers could be a bit of a nuisance. And we don't want to be a nuisance. So just pick everything up and get on out of here. Looks good, better than we found it. Awesome, relaxing evening, and there is stealth and projects coming, but this one was what was available to us to film this week. So, apologies to those that just watched for the stealth. Actually, you have long since stopped watching if you're just here for the stealth. You probably didn't even click on this, which is okay. I understand. But yeah, gonna get out of here and start planning the next videos. Cheers, everybody, and thank you for camping with Steve and Lindsay.
Reese has a microchip, so it smells first day fresh for 50 days.
Does mine have a microchip?
Goodnight's nighttime underwear helps keep kids dry with 40% more protection versus leading training pants.
Welcome to Camping with Steve. On the ground, I'm finding a lot of these. You know what that means? Fall. And it is not really all that cold yet, considering how cold it does get. But the campground just cleared out. There's nobody here. I'm the only person in this entire loop. And that's strange, because this is the long weekend here coming up, and I would expect some people to have at least booked a site here and come out a day early or so. Anyhow, I'm just using household stuff today. No gear at all. And we're going to truly push the boundaries and explore the limits of just how little you truly need to go camping. The only thing even closely resembling gear is just some mosquito coils. The rest of it's all just out of the house. So, I'm going to take the old chair from my entranceway. I'll set this up. And we got a bunch of other stuff that's just stuff you'd have laying around your house. Now, my house has a lot more camping stuff than most people's houses, but I'm going with what most people would have in their house or on their patio, etc. So let's go camping. I've got this little beach lounger thing, and you know, if it's good enough to lay back and fall asleep on the beach, it'll surely do just fine in a camping situation. And okay, yeah, bed set up and good to go. Now I just gotta cover it with something in case it rains. So just rip the shower curtain off your shower and bring this with you. That should do just fine. You're gonna put up a string and then just throw it over top. It doesn't offer much privacy, obviously, but when the sun goes down, nobody will see anyhow. Good. Better tighten up my string here. I've seen a lot of tents in my life, and this is a pretty sorry looking contraption here. That'll work out okay. Tied up nice and secure, and then I'll burn a cluster knot, and that should not go anywhere, aside from the fact that the trees are so tiny and springy. But this setup here is probably pushing it for this park. This is a provincial park, and there's nobody around, so I'll probably get away with this, but they don't like to see weird stuff. They allow tents, and that's saying something, because a lot of RV sites and campgrounds won't even allow tents. They want RVs, not just that, the RVs have to be of a certain age, so like nothing older than 10 years. So clearly this would not fly in one of those situations. But I'm just kind of doing this to show what can be done with what's already probably in your house. And there are some mosquitoes out here, so I'm going to fire up those mosquito coils, and I'll show you a little trick with those too. Usually with these things, they have these little stands. They're super hard to separate without breaking them. But maybe I'll be able to do that. I think we're getting somewhere here. We're talking. Okay,
Usually, you stick these on this little thing, and you light it, and it burns. And that's all fine and good. What I like to do is put down some aluminum foil, and I light both sides so that they burn towards each other, like burning a candle at both ends. That gives you double the mosquito killing power per coil. I do have my beloved thermocell at home, because that bore a little too much of a resemblance to gear, and we're doing strictly with kind of what you may have kicking around at home. Now, I let these things puff away for a bit, and then kill these bugs off, and I'll reinforce the sleeping structure here a little, because there's no wind now, but if the wind comes up, we're done for. So that was certainly exhausting, setting all that up. And that was step one. Step two, because we're having no gear, so it's not even a cooler, it's just a plastic bag full of ice. Just purely pushing the limits of how little I can actually bring for a conventional in the campground camping trip. So yeah,